Hey Merfolk fans, I'm Joe. Thanks very much for joining me today. If you'd like to support my channel, please check out the link above to my Patreon page. And thanks very much to those of you guys who responded to my recent video about my Patreon page by pledging. I really appreciate it. I'm here now with a replay of round one of a modern competitive league. Looks like I was on the play, which is always nice. Let's have a look at the opening hands. So this is not the best opening hand ever, but we've got enough lands already to cast Master of Waves. Mutavault is great with Master of Waves. We've got the double blue to cast Kira. Silvergill's going to draw us a card. It's a decent 7. So in the end, pretty easy decision to keep this. All right, so just Island go. Let's see what the opponent's working with. Basic Mountain could be Urn. Foundry Street Denizen, so it's Goblins. I drew Master of the Pearl Trident for my second turn, which is nice. I really didn't want any more land. I think we have a pretty good matchup against Goblins. The cards that we're looking for in particular are Master of Waves and Mutavault. Mutavault is important for the same reason it's important against Affinity. You can block creatures with protection from blue, basically. Goblins plays who's that guy? Pile Driver, who can just win a game in like 1 or 2 turns. But Mutavault can block and trade with that guy. So it's awesome because I have a Mutavault and I also have a Master of Waves. So in this game, I'm basically just going to try to stay alive long enough, protect my life total, and slam Master of Waves and then stabilize. So Silvergill is going to be the best way to do that. It's going to help me continue to draw cards. So if I trade with an opponent's creature, hopefully I'll still have more gas in hand. So Legion Loyalist, that's one of their more annoying cards. Once they get Battalion online, it becomes insanely difficult to block effectively because all the damage just goes over the top with Trample. And First Strike just kills your guys before you have a chance to kill any of their guys. But as it stands, it looks like the opponent might have kept an opening hand with 7 lands. Now 7 lands with 1 land, and he kept an opening 7 with 1 land. Now he was on the draw, but they don't have access to something like AEther Vial, so it's pretty sketchy. I am absolutely going to block and trade with this Loyalist here because, as I mentioned, it can be really hard to deal with. Okay, so we've drawn 6 lands now, including the 4 in the opening hand, but we've still got enough to do. I'm going to drop Kira here to take advantage of the 3 mana that I have and just protect a little bit against something like a Lightning Bolt on the Lord. This way, I'm sure to get the Devotion from Kira to Master of Waves next turn, and hopefully the opponent just keeps whiffing on his lands. It looks like that's actually what's happening. All right, so opponent's going to get in again with this Foundry Street Denizen. It's doing some work, but it doesn't have enough friends to keep it company. So I drew another land for my turn, but it really doesn't matter because the game is effectively over right now. So Kira is going to crack in. Master of Waves just stops these goblins in their tracks. Yeah, I don't think he understands that Master of Waves has protection from red. Now, the first round of a competitive league is always kind of a lottery because you can have like the top person in the league just jumping into his first match and you can get paired against that guy, or you can get paired against a totally new player. It looks like this guy on mono red goblins is the latter. It looks like he's the pretty new guy because he attacked with this Denizen and he's almost certainly not gonna play Skullcrack right now. So yep, just threw away one of his goblins. This game, as I mentioned, was over anyway. He explained that the Kira's text kind of obscures the fact that he has protection from red, but that's not really much of an excuse because you can just zoom in and sort of see what the abilities are. Also, anybody who knows anything about Modern should know that Master of Waves has protection from red. Yeah, so I guess in the first round, they're going to try to pair you against somebody who has net 0 points for the league. So if you're 1-1, you can get paired against somebody who's just starting the league. If you're 2-2, you can get paired against somebody who just started a league. etc. So this guy's probably just starting the league now, or I mean, he could be 1-1 or 2-2, I guess. So yeah, another Lord, finally not a land. Let's get both of them onto the board, swing with a bunch of stuff, and I don't know if the opponent scooped now or if he drew a card next turn. Oh, he drew a land, tapped, and then just scooped. So extremely easy game one. Opponent kept one lander and got punished really hard. So I'm going to try something here. I'm going to do a little bit of editing and cut out the little bit of the video where I ask you guys to look away. So let's see if I can work my magic. And in a moment, I should be back with game two. All right, did it work? I'm back with game two. The opponent's going to be on the play, and let's check out the opening hand. Oh, this is picture perfect. The opponent mulliganed to 6. And I guess we can check what he's doing with that mulligan. Looks like he went bottom. Oh well. Okay, turn 1 Goblin Bushwhacker. That's pretty poor. Cursecatcher's nice. Early aggression. Let's see. Well, he has 2 lands this time. Going straight to combat. This is slow stuff for goblins. War Marshal. I'm sorry, let me pause for a second. I'll show you what my sideboard plan is. It's very, very simple. I've been mixing up my sideboard a lot lately. So I'm not 100% sure I can tell you like what I did. Let's see. Reejerey, 1 Reejerey came out, and let's see. 2 Spell Pierces and 2 Kiras came out. So 5 out, and then let's see. Oh, 3 Tidebinders. I'm running 3 Tidebinders. And then maybe, I can't remember if I had any Dismembers in this league. I don't think so. I think I brought in 2 Echoing Truth and 3 Tidebinders. So Echoing Truth, pretty good against the tokens that they can generate. Can also bounce one of like their Goblin Chieftains in combat to sort of totally throw them off. It's just creature interaction, so it comes in. Spell Pierce, pretty poor in the matchup. Pretty easy to take out. Another Silvergill. We're going to want to hit another land at some point, but I'm going to play Silvergill and reveal the other Silvergill right now. Harbinger's nice. At least we're going to be able to use that guy with AEther Vial soon. It looks like the opponent is paying the echo cost for Mog War Marshal. Well, it just doesn't have a lot going on with his hand. So he's getting in with these 3 guys. I've only got AEther Vial on 1 here. Opponent has 4 cards in hand. We've got 6, and they're really good cards. So, what do you guys do here? Do we leave Silvergill, play the Cursecatcher, start developing our own pressure? Or do we do some blocks? So for me, I'm going to bring Cursecatcher in and just block both of his non-token creatures. And then I'll have Harbinger, and I can bounce the other token. Against Goblins, you want to keep their creature count really low. And so we've got another card draw with Silvergill Adept. So we're just doing just fine with cards. So trades seem pretty good right now. That land was very, very timely because that means I can play Silvergill Adept, reveal Cursecatcher, and just play Cursecatcher. I'm going to leave AEther Vial up on 2, and then hopefully maybe like bounce one of these tokens or something. Let's see what the opponent does on their turn. Oh man, sorry. This guy is obviously a little bit inexperienced, but he might just be playing to his outs here. Maybe he has the worst hand ever. But I don't know if this is main deck, but he has Forked Bolt in for game 2, and it's good against Merfolk, but it's not good against AEther Vial on 2 with a Cursecatcher on the board. So if he tries to follow up with like a bolt on the Lord, I can just sack the Cursecatcher. So this is not going to get the opponent where he wants to go. Okay, bring in a Lord. Forked Bolt is countered. I develop my board. Opponent plays a Bushwhacker and can't attack with anybody. Things not going the Goblin player's way right now. Let's leave that on 2. Land is pretty nice, I guess, here because it lets us attack for a lot. I think I might have... So there's 2 options here, right? We could use Mutavault to cast the Spreading Seas and then cast the Lord and leave up AEther Vial for Harbinger. Or we can just cast the Lord and swing with AEther Vial. Swing with Mutavault. Cast the Lord, swing with Mutavault. Or, let's see. What's the other option? Yeah, so we can play 2 spells effectively, or just 1 and attack with Mutavault. I think I decided just to cast Spreading Seas, draw a card, and then get in with Mutavault. So we drew a Master of Waves, which really just puts the last nail in the coffin here. Decided not. I could have swung in with this Lord right now and just brought in the other Lord so that it's just extra damage with Island Walk. But there's really no reason to do that. We've got a 2-turn clock either way. The opponent can't do anything, so I'm really not afraid. We don't need to choose like this super duper optimal line here to get to the win. Opponent is Goblin grenading my Lord, and I guess that's good. It'd be really good if the opponent attacked here because I could bounce the token and then eat the Bushwhacker, but, you know, again, it doesn't really matter here. So I have 4 lands. I'm just going to put in the Harbinger, play Master of Waves, get 1,000 tokens. Maybe it's actually like 8 or something like that. Yep, it's 8. I don't think I have lethal on board here right now. Certainly have lethal next turn. Opponent, Goblin Grenade the Lord, left with a single Bushwhacker, and he decides to scoop at that point. So round 1, really, really easy against mono red Goblins. I feel a little bit bad for the opponent. He got stuck on 1 land and then stuck on 2 lands. He made a couple of poor decisions, but, you know, at least he's in the game. I mean, trying competitive leagues with mono red Goblins, it's pretty bold. It seems like the kind of deck that you might stick to Qs in while you like build towards like what's the word? Naya Burn or Boros Burn or something like that. But I don't know. I guess it's a competitive deck, but anyhow, it wasn't too competitive in this particular match. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Please tune in for the next round, where I'll be back with round 2 of this modern competitive league. Please check out my Patreon page. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys there. Thanks a lot. Bye.